Shahar Azani is a former deputy spokesperson for Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He's currently executive director of Stand With Us Northeast Region and Israel Advocacy Group, and he joins us in our studio. Shahar, good to have you on the program.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Your reaction, you have a different view of this speech.
Absolutely.
Which is?
In our perception, the negotiations with Iran have reached a critical point in which we need some moral clarity. If you listen to what the Prime Minister reiterated today, he by no means rejected the idea of an agreement. But we are witnessing a situation in which a signage of an agreement between Iran and the world indicates normalization of the relationship with Iran. How can you normalize relations with a country that tweets the destruction of another?
What sort of agreement would he accept?
Anything that safeguards not only Israel, but also Israel's neighbors in the region and internationally. It's not only
what would that look like? Because we didn't hear that today.
Right.
I mean, why didn't he present that today?
Well, there is a place and time to present the detailed programs. That was not the time.
He comes to the United States Congress. He goes behind the president's back. 50 Democrats don't show up for this speech, and he doesn't say anything new. Why not?
Which is really a shame. First of all, it was, I think the New York Times a few weeks ago indicated that there was a statement, there was a notification of the White House, and in addition, it's
there was
really
a what? I'm sorry?
Notification of the White House of the planned visit and speech, and in addition, we are focusing on a framework instead of focusing on the essence and the issue. I don't think that an Israeli prime minister whose country is at stake for this agreement, who comes to present the case at such a time, is such a bad idea.
Did it work? Did he get what he needed today? Will it help?
Time will tell.
Do you think it helped today?
I believe that people of conscience who want to look into this issue in a more moral context and not just
you think he changed minds today with that? That was a mind-changing speech.
There was a huge message within that speech, and if people listen to that message,
but he's been saying this. He's had this message now for years. This is not a new message.
And we reached a point in which it's crucial to reiterate that message weeks before what may be the signing.
I mean, he said it at the United Nations. He's said it in many forums around the world. Why get in the middle of a political fight between Republicans and Democrats in the United States 2 weeks before his election?
I can tell you the Prime Minister himself, as we heard from him, felt sorry that it reached such a political debate. That's not the issue. The issue
he didn't think that would happen?
The issue is what we need to focus on is what's happening with Iran and where Iran stands vis-a-vis Israel and the countries in the region. And the more we spend time focusing on these peripheral issues, we lose sight of what matters, which is Iran's support of the terrorist infrastructures, Iran's destabilizing force in the region, and yes, Iran's desire to destroy the only Jewish state from which nobody is asking Iran to retract.
Doesn't this reflect the Prime Minister's inability to actually communicate these messages to the United States government, to the people in the administration?
It's no secret that there is a level of disagreement when it comes to the negotiations. So the Prime Minister decided to bring his ideas to the most prominent marketplace of ideas and place Israel's position on front stage for it to be considered. I don't think that the state of Israel will be the first country to suffer any kind of backlash as a result of either negotiation success or fall. We are there. We are on the front line. As the Prime Minister said, the tentacles of terror are engulfing the state of Israel from every region. And I think for once that the Prime Minister should have been accepted differently, his message should have been heard differently, and we would have been able to carry on and reach a point in which friends may disagree. The President indicated we don't have to agree on each and every item to be able to interact between us. That's not the meaning of friendship.
Shahar Azani, it's good to have you in the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.